It feels weird. Feels goofy. I don't know. To this thingy thing, ringy ding ding. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, it is now Friday, so it is the final injury report until inactives on Sunday for the Detroit Lions and for the Chicago Bears. Who's questionable? Who's in? Who's out? We know some, not all. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, we have the participation report from Friday's practice. I know a lot of people were waiting for this one. And there's some big names on here, including DeAndre Swift. So we're going to start off with DeAndre Swift before we get into anything else. I just want to touch on DeAndre Swift first. So DeAndre Swift, we talked about it yesterday. There was definitely some concern going on there. Well, Swift actually had to leave practice yesterday because he was sick. So we had that, you know, we talked about his illness, not COVID related. It's not supposed to be concussion protocol related because he's been taken off of that. So he wasn't feeling well yesterday in practice, so they sent him home. And then today he did not participate. I heard he was in the building, but he did not participate because he wasn't feeling well. So when Darrell Bevell was asked, could he play Sunday? He said, yes, he could play Sunday, but it will probably be a smaller package, a limited role, because of what we were able to do with the game plan. So it just really depends on what their game plan is heading into this game and how much they can see him on the field. So even though he had no participation for back-to-back days, he's still listed as questionable. He could play Sunday. It would just be a limited role if he can go. But, you know, just the threat of having him out there, it's a big threat because he's a very, very talented player. So let's dive into the Lions side of things first. And then as we go through that, we'll also talk about some news and moves that the Lions have made to their roster. So yeah, let's do it. Let's hop into it. So the first player we have is Kenny Golladay. He is listed as out, no participation all week. When Darrell Bevell was asked about Kenny Golladay, he said, yes, he has been improving, but he didn't participate. He didn't show up on the practice report. They said they were pushing him every day. I don't really know what he's doing. Maybe he's doing stuff off to the side. We know that Trey Flowers has started to do that, but he is out once again for Sunday. So that injury has gone on much longer than we were expected. That stinks. And he said, you know, he's trying to get out there for himself and for his teammates, but unfortunately that hip is really holding him back. Man, and no contact, that's just awful. Next up, Deshaun Hand. He is also out. He did not participate at all this week. He was the guy that we were keeping an eye on, but he didn't practice at all this week. Same thing with Jeffrey Okudah, our rookie cornerback. He will not play. Kind of interesting. He missed the other Bears game as well. Dang, man. I just thought about that. Like, he didn't play in week 1 either. So he doesn't get to play the Bears this year. That stinks. So Jeffrey Okudah is out. On to the questionables. We have Austin Bryant, limited participation all week. So he could play this Sunday. I mean, I feel like he's kind of 50-50. The inactive list will definitely tell a lot there. Matthew Stafford listed as questionable with limited participation all week. You know how we feel about Stafford. The dude plays through a lot of things. Don't want to jinx it though, so I'll just leave it there. DeAndre Swift, like we said, sick. He could play Sunday. It'll probably be a limited role, though, if he can. And finally, Tracy Walker. Now, this one, it may surprise you. Why is he on here? Because at first I was like, wait, what's going on here? Well, he's having a kid. So congratulations, Tracy Walker. So it's an excused absence, of course. So no participation today from Tracy Walker because, you know, he's going to be having a child soon. I don't know when that is. So we don't know if he'll get to play on Sunday. It kind of just depends on how that lines up. But that's awesome. So congratulations, Tracy Walker. It's cool to hear that. Also, with Quintez Cephas, he did return from an excused absence. So just keep that in mind. So it looks like Cephas will be good to go. He's also on here with full participation. Danny Amendola, full participation. We're going to get DA back. Woo! Hey, DA back and Cephas back. Cephas wasn't out. He was on excused absence. Hunter Bryant, though. Hunter Bryant, full participation all week. This could be the first time we see Hunter Bryant. Is Hunter Bryant going to have a catch this week? He could. He was taken off of IR. He practiced in full all week. They said they liked him back in training camp. Darrell Bevell brings up time back in training camp. That was a while ago. Doesn't seem like that long, though. Really, it doesn't. Either way, we could see him this weekend, and I'm excited. Michael Ford, full participation all week. So while we did lose Desmond Trufant to injury reserved, and we also lost Jeffrey Okudah this weekend, we are getting Michael Ford back. Plus, Darrell Roberts, he has returned to practice, and he has been practicing all week from my knowledge, but he's still technically on IR. Same thing goes for Julian Okwara, so we'll see if they activate them, you know, if they make any roster moves to get them to the active roster. Of course, I'll be here to update you guys on that. And finally, man, I told y'all, Christian Jones, the dude's a warrior, plays through it all. He starts no participation, and he works his way through, and now you can see he is set to play again Sunday with limited participation. Shout out to Christian Jones, man. He's pushing through it. He's doing his thing. Now, let's move over to the Chicago Bears side of things because we've got a lot of names, and then we'll go through some of the roster moves. First off, Nick Foles listed as questionable. Now, he was full participation in the last 2 days of his practice. He's expected to be the backup quarterback heading into this game, even if he is healthy. But I expect him to be ready to go just in case they have to. I don't know if they're going to make the switch during the game. We'll see how the game goes. Like I said, hopefully they're getting beat so bad they make the switch. But obviously, if they don't have to make it, that may not be a great sign. We'll see. Akeem Hicks, he is also questionable. Limited participation the last 2 days. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury. Hamstrings have been a problem this year with every team. Right? You hate to see it. Jermaine Ifeidi, he's listed as questionable with limited participation throughout the week. That's a starting offensive lineman. Charles Leno Jr., same thing, questionable. He's another offensive lineman. So 2 big names there, definitely for a defensive line. Potentially we could get some pressure there if they're missing those guys. It could help us out a little bit. But here's the big one. Everybody knows about him. It's Khalil Mack. Now, Khalil Mack is expected to play on Sunday. I put that up on the screen yesterday. He's expected to play Sunday, but it was only limited participation. So I expect him to be out there, but he's just one of those guys that they're like, okay, we don't need to practice all week. We know what you're about. He said he took it personally that they didn't get a lot of pressure, so he's going to be ready to go. Somebody got to keep an eye on. I've been watching some film, and yeah, the dude, that defensive line's kind of nasty. That front seven will get some pressure. Next up, you see Darnell Mooney, the rookie wide receiver with a knee injury. He's listed as questionable, but he's another guy that's expected to play Sunday. So expect to see the rookie out there. Allen Robinson just got added to this with no practice today. He's questionable. That's a big name. Allen Robinson, I think they said 8 of 11 games so far this season. He's doing over 80 yards. That's pretty impressive. A very depleted cornerback group. So it'd be nice if he couldn't play. I'm just going to be honest here, but obviously you want to beat a team at their full strength. I'm just saying. James Valters, the linebacker on here, he is listed as questionable. So a lot of questionables. No one officially listed as out. You can see for Chicago Bears from this week's injury report. And then you got a lot of ins. I don't really need to read through all of them. I mean, you guys can see them on the screen right now, but all those guys are going to be playing, as you guys can see. So let's take a look at some of the notes that I do have about specific players. The Lions did sign Evan Brown. He is a center to their practice squad, and they have released Bo Benshaw. A little upset by that, not gonna lie. Bo Benshaw, man. Hey, hopefully he ends up back with us. You guys know that we sign players, release them, sign them. We do this all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was back on the roster in a couple of days or next week. But hopefully if he doesn't have back with us, he has a great career wherever he goes, because I think there's definitely a lot of potential. Bevel said that he is happy that we will have at least 4 cornerbacks healthy. Now, this makes me believe that I'm thinking the Lions are going to activate Darryl Roberts, because if you do that in your head, you have Michael Ford, you have Michael Ford, you have Justin Coleman, you have Amani Oruwariye. You also have Alexander Myers, who's on the practice squad, if you want to elevate him. So he may be talking about Myers. He could also be talking about Darryl Roberts because he's healthy. Are they going to take him off IR? So keep an eye out for there. He did say there'd be 4 healthy cornerbacks. So expect 4 cornerbacks at least when we head into the Chicago Bears game. And that'd be nice, because I think he said last week we only had 3. So yeah, maybe it wasn't last week, but we've dealt with some cornerback injuries all year. And it's, it's kind of funny, right? Because week 1, this was what really hurt us. You guys remember Tony McCray and those guys had to step in. Here we are again dealing with those cornerback injuries the second time around facing the Chicago Bears. Hopefully we get a different result here. And this one I thought was funny. Darrell Bevel in his media presser today, they asked him, if you run the table, would you go back to that flat top? If you guys haven't seen his picture with Brett Favre, he's got a flat top. He said, yeah, of course. Now he's got to ask his wife, but he will go back to that flat top if they can run the table, go 5-0. And you know what? Let's do it then. Let's make him have a flat top. Come on, Darryl, do it. He's about to not go 5-0 on purpose. He's about to be 4-0 and lose the last game just so he doesn't have that flat top. You're not slick. Come on, man. The flat top looks good on you, so go win 5 straight. Finally, this isn't anything with the practice report, but I thought it was very interesting. It made me excited when I read it. Darrell Bevel wants to change up the pace, the offensive tempo. Yes. Oh my gosh. I hope we see a different change of pace. Now, not every drive, but I would like to see some drives where it's up tempo. Like, let's get to it. I think the tempo side of things is very, very heavily decided by what Matt Patricia was here, because he's the head coach. It was his game plan. So I think he, put it all together and how they were going to attack. And a lot of times it was a slower type of game plan. And that's not terrible for every team, but I would love to see this team get some tempo, especially early in the game, get Stafford going. It seems like that's when he's at his best. It would be great to see some up tempo with Darrell Bevel. So again, we don't really know what to expect Sunday, but it should be fun. There's no question about it. I mean, about as fun as it can get when you are 4-7. So there you go. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. If I can answer them, I will. I do appreciate all of you guys for stopping in for another video. Thank you, Pride, for watching. If you guys have not seen my preview, okay? If you have not seen the Lions radio host arguing with Lions hater, you are missing out. I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?